Well, hi guys, and welcome to Weekly Travel Updates. I'm Melinda Fargus, and I own Action Travel. I've been a travel veteran for 40 plus years, and I do this show once a week just to tell you what I see as the latest and greatest things out this week. Anyway, do you know what today is? Well, in 1865, April 14th was the day Abraham Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth. And in 1912, April 14th was the day that the Titanic hit the iceberg. It didn't sink until the 15th, but it hit it on the 14th. And in 1981, it was the first space shuttle's return to the Earth. That was pretty exciting. Then today, well, bring it to reality. Today, Russia struck the Ukraine with its greatest force of the year, the largest attack of the year. It's sad. We need to pray for them. I will be praying for them. Join me, if you will. Well, our first story is about a story I brought to you nearly a year ago. It was about a Princess cruise ship down in Australia, New Zealand, doing a long sailing, and a veteran cabin steward was accused of sexual assault. He denied it profusely, said, that he was a married man and he'd worked for Princess with no incidents for 20 years. However, they looked back on video footage and realized, yes, he did enter the room after the guest was in the room with his swipe card, and he was in there for more than 25 minutes. Well, this was a 63-year-old lady, and she was accusing him. His name was Fernando, and she accused him of sexual assault. Now, to back up just a little bit, he had fixed her a towel birthday cake because this happened to be her birthday. And he told her on the day before her birthday that he had a surprise for her. So to have him come in, I don't guess it startled her. However, when he made advances and she declined, it got out of hand. Here's the real deal. We're a year later, and it went before a judge. And do you know what Fernando got? He got a $1,000 fine. The judge proceeded to talk to him about how his reputation had been ruined. He did lose his job with Princess Cruise Line, and he pleaded guilty to misconduct, but not the assault. The lady's had multiple issues since then, since the attack, with her marriage, with other relationships, with anxiety. And he was accused of sexual assault, and he gets a $1,000 fine. $1,000. I just want to read the reactions later tonight when you watch this. I want to know if you think that's justice. Just give me a yes or no. That was fair. That was not fair. I am curious. I was flabbergasted. I was blown away that was what that's how the ruling came down. Man. Then I wanted to give you, we're getting ready to take a trip this month, and I found some new travel tips for 2025. One of them I will use right away. I haven't purchased it yet, but I will before we leave. And that's a rubber doorstop. It doesn't matter whether you're in a hotel, whether you're on a cruise ship, wherever you are, a simple rubber door stop from inside of your room. You can kick it under the door, and it should at least give you peace of mind. Another thought was a travel nightlight. When we were on the sailing for our cruise sailing in January, I got this travel nightlight. It's clear. It's about this big, and you just plug it into any switch and it illuminates the whole little clear disc. Now, I wrote on mine, so it's kind of custom, but you can get these at Dollar Tree, folks. And my roommate really appreciated it because the first night when I found it, we had left the restroom light on. So when either of us got up during the night, when you open the restroom door, all of that light just filled the cabin. So I highly recommend this, and I have already purchased one of these. They now even have motion activated lights. I've seen them for the restroom, but at many hotels, particularly Hyatt's and Hamptons, when you walk into the restroom, the motion sets a low tone light in the restroom. That's very cool. Okay. Another thing that was suggested, and I don't know if it would depend on you as the traveler if this was important, was a portable grab bar. On our last sailing, again, there was not a grab bar in there. And if I don't do anything but lean on it to shave my legs, it's important to me. So I'd never considered buying one and taking it with me, but hey, somebody else listed it, and I thought that was a stellar idea. Bear with me. Let's see. Oh, I couldn't understand my notes. What I was going to say with the grab bar is my balance is not what it used to be. So for safety's sake alone, if you are somewhere traveling by yourself, it never hurts to have that little extra bit of caution. And it costs a little and could be so helpful. All right. Then I've said this before, but it's becoming more important to have. I make a travel wallet right on my phone, and I make a picture of my clothes before I pack them. They're just laid out on the bed. But if I have to make an insurance claim, I know exactly what I took on this trip. And if I take an expensive pair of boots, well, I have proof that that was part of my packing photos. I make a picture of the passport. I make a picture of all of the travel documents, hotel confirmations, shuttle confirmations, any excursions that I've pre-booked, any of those things I have a copy of, and I have it in my travel wallet. I have a copy of my medications. There are some YouTubers out there saying, outside of the US, you need to have your prescriptions in their bottle with the label on it. I have clarified that. And as long as you have a copy of your medications list and you know that this little orange pill is arovastatin for cholesterol, not like when you get through customs, he says, what kind of pill is this? And you say, I don't know whether that is high blood pressure or whatever pills you take. Anyway, in this travel wallet, I have a picture of my medical information, anything that's necessary. Many people, and I suggested this to a young honeymoon couple, make a picture of what your doctor feels like is of most importance, because she has diabetes, she has some food allergies, and it's just important if we have all of that up front. It's important for anyone. All right. And then if you are carrying that anything special on this trip, make sure you have photos of that too. Maybe it's I don't know. I always make a picture of all of my electronics. And nowadays we take a lot. I mean, earbuds and a laptop, or I take a laptop, a couple phones. You need a picture of all of that just to back up what you claim in insurances, and it'll make things much, much faster. Well, a lot's gone on this week, man. Drew Barrymore became the godmother of the new MSC ship. I was blown away. It's called the World America. It is a very large ship, and as its name might figure in, it is much more adaptive to what we expect as U.S. travelers. I am anxious to get reviews on it. But she, over the weekend, became the godmother, and they had the kickoff in Miami. Carnival announced this week their next ship, and they were trying to compete. See, Carnival's always been the low fare carrier. You want the least expensive cruise? This is it. MSC is coming out, and it's a completely different product, and it would depend on you as the person. Talk to me or talk to your favorite travel person and find out what is best for you, because MSC is not going to be for everybody, just like Carnival's not for everybody. But I would sail the MSC Yacht Club in a hot minute on any day of the week. I just don't think, particularly after some of my clients have sailed on her in more recent days, it's still packed. When you offer free kids and third, fourth, and fifth guests for free, you get a lot of people. And to hear a very seasoned traveler say, "Hey, Melinda, it was just way, way too stinking crowded. It was not worth it." That says a lot. So, but they are going head-to-head marketing, because the World America is coming after the U.S. travel market. And when it's now heads up with Carnival in pricing, when they announced that Drew Barrymore was the godmother, Carnival announced on the same day the new name of its newest XL ship to be released. It's going to be called the Festival. They were using a name from an old ship, and I actually sailed on the Festival some 30 years ago. But the Festival will be the new mega ship, along with the Jubilee, the Mardi Gras, and the Celebration that are already in the XL class. Then, something with the new ship, they're going to remove the lightning bolt roller coaster. I just think that for $15 a pop, they're just not making the money that they anticipated, and it's just not for everybody. So they're removing that, and they're going to have a larger water park. Another story this week was about a Carnival passenger in Belize. Belize is a tender port, and she had made her own reservation for a private excursion outside of the cruise line. I do that frequently myself. However, she didn't plan very well because Belize is a tender port. And if you take an excursion off the ship, they have priority. They're the first ones off the ship. Then you have to get a tender pass. And evidently, she didn't plan well enough to get an early tender pass. Long story short, she missed her excursion because by the time she got over to the beach in Belize, they had missed it. And she wanted Carnival to give back $110 per person, which they're not going to do. They're never going to do that. Number one, it's booked by a third party, not by them. Number two, There could be 100 reasons why you didn't make it, but the most important was that you didn't get a tender ticket in time. So it's on her as much as anybody else. Okay, I want your opinion, but first, I'm gonna share with you the new pictures that I got just yesterday. Look at how this baby has grown. Oh my goodness. He's getting so big. And he is sitting up by himself. This is with his Easter ears. Isn't that cute? And then his mommy got him on the floor. Look at that smile. It's just, it just eats me up. Last one. I told Mom his hair looks kind of red there, but he has very, very blue eyes and a little bit of blonde hair. It's coming. It's coming. All right, guys. I'm going to show you 3 drafts of a new logo. I've talked about this for a long time. I'm going to be a recycled teenager forever. And I want your opinion, whether you want number 1, number 2, or number 3. Here is number 1. Recycled teenager forever. And I threw in a couple little icons. That's number 1. Number 2 is this one. Much simpler, would make an easy sticker. Number 2 is the red one with the butterfly. And number 3 is just a bright colored tie-dye. I really do like tie-dye. I think it has something to do with the teenager in me. So I want your vote, whether you would have 1, 2, or 3. Will you please share with me and let me know which one would be your preference? Because I'm trying to make a business decision and I need to pick one of these first. And if you have something else in mind, I'm open to that as well. Well, I'm Melinda Fargus, and I thank you for spending this time with me tonight. Let me know if you have a hot story, because we're on the lookout, and it's always more impactful when it's a local person. But I would love to speak to you if you have cruise coming up in your plans. While I am normally only working with past guests, I'm on a quest. I'm on a quest to book 15 cruises and to move some travelers who have always done Disney over to Universal. Universal's got a lot going on. And now that they've opened this new park, the Epic Universe Park, it's like time portals. One of the areas when you first walk in, it's like in the 1920s in France. And it is huge. They really have outdone themselves. I cannot wait to see it. Parts of it are a little bit dark because I'm really not into, the Harry Potter stuff, but it just was amazing what they've done. They've almost doubled the park in size. And they're running fabulous promotions right now for summer travel anytime after the 15th of May for 3 nights or longer. Reach out to me. I'm Melinda Fargus, Action Travel. Our phone number is 336-222-TRIP. And you can find me online as well. Send me a message. I'll be happy to take care of you. And thanks again for being here tonight.